So, Hare Krishna, Dobrodošli.
Dobrodošli.
I'm very happy to see all of you again.
Drago mi da sve ponovo vidim.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sacinandana Swami.
Za one koji me ne znaju, moje ime je Sacinandana Swami.
And I will be giving a lecture today here in the Park
Ja ću dati lekciju ovdje u parku Ribnjak.
But we will do some more bhajans.
Ali ćemo još pjevati bhađane.
I thought to sing the beautiful Samsara Davana prayers.
Htio sam da pjevam prekrasnu Samsara Davana pjesmu.
I think some of you know the text, so please join in.
Mislim da neki od vas znaju tekst, stoga molim vas pridružite se.
Samsara Davana Samsara Davana Dalida Loka Tanaya Karuna Gana Gana Samsara Davana Dalida Loka Tanaya Karuna Gana Gana Sakasya Kaya Navasya Swami Guru Sri Saranavina Sakasya Kaya Navasya Swami Guru Sri Saranavina Mahaprabhu Kirtanalita Gita Manitamaja Manasura Seva Mahaprabhu Kirtanalita Gita Manitamaja Manasura Seva Romanchakra Romanchakra Voila, voila, voila. It's an interesting contrast. Thank you.
Interesantan kontrast.
Outside it is snow.
Van je snijeg,
Inside it is heat.
unutra je toplo.
Both in temperature.
Obe temperature. Oba dvije temperature.
Obje temperature
Yes. And spiritual vibration.
I spiritualna vibracija.
It's a good contrast.
Dobar kontrast.
The material world, as far as the Vedic scriptures are concerned, is really not the home of the living entity.
Materijalni svijet, što se tiče vedskih spisa, stvarno nije dom za živa bića.
Yes. It's not the home. Yes. Good. And this weather inspires us for this realization.
Ovo vrijeme nas inspirira za ovu realizaciju.
I would like to chant now with all of you the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra.
Sada bih htio sa svima vama da pjevam Hare Krishna Maha Mantru.
It is my personal favorite melody.
To moja osobna najbolja melodija.
And it might take some time for Sandipani Muni to find it on the harmonium.
Može uzeti malo vremena za Sandipani Muni da nađe harmoniju.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitya Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Sundara Kanayalam Girivaradari Nandadulam Shama Sundara Kanayalam Girivaradari Nandadulam Shama Sundara Kanayalam Hari Nanda Dula Rama Sundara Kanaya Girivaradari Nanda Dula Nanda Dula Kapu Nanda Dula Nanda Dula Kapu Nanda Dula Nanda Dula Prabhu Nanda Dula Nanda Dula Prabhu Nanda Dula Nanda Dula Kapu Nanda Dula Nanda Dula Kapu Nanda Dula Nanda Dula Prabhu Nanda Dula Nanda Dula Prabhu Nanda Dula Hey Govinda Hey Gopal Kesava Madhava Dina 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 Hey Dina Daya Prabhu Dina Daya 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 Aaj take sava giridhara madhava govinda gopala hare Aaj take sava Aaj take sava giridhara madhava govinda gopala hare Aaj take sava govinda gopala hare Aaj take sava giridhara madhava govinda gopala hare Aaj take sava giridhara madhava govinda gopala hare Govinda gopala hare Govinda gopala hare Govinda gopala hare Govinda gopala hey Govinda gopala hare Govinda gopala hare Govinda gopala hare Govinda gopala Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama This was a very temperamental bhajan. We will now try to do something more meditative.
To je bio jako temperamentan bhajan. Sad ćemo probati nešto više meditativno.
But you are such an enthusiastic audience that it is very difficult.
Ali vi ste tako entuzijastična publika da je jako teško.
You have so much temperament.
Imate jako puno temperamenta.
In Germany and in Sweden and in Belgium and Austria. I always long for the moments when I'm in Croatia.
U Njemačkoj, u Švedskoj, Belgiji, Austriji.
Austria.
Ja jedva čekam na trenutak kad ću doći u Hrvatsku.
Because of the temperament is so warm.
Zbog temperamenta, temperament je tako topao.
So let us see. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Thank you, Wala. Our last song is Jera Madhava. It is a song which we sing before lectures.
Naša zadnja pjesma je Jara Madhava, to je pjesma koju pjevamo prije lekcije.
In other words, my dear guests, if you get a little bit, if you think you have heard enough of the music, this is the last piece.
Inače, ako
Last
čuli,
piece, yes.
ako ste čuli dosta muzike, ovo je zadnji dio.
Yes. There My dear guests and dear devotees, I would like to explain something about this chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Dragi gosti i bakte, želio bih vam objasniti nešto o pjevanju Hare Krishna Mahamantre.
Actually, many of the guests who come for the first time to a Hare Krishna festival like this one, they ask the question, why do these people always sing the same song?
Puno gostiju koji dođu na prvi puta na Hare Krishna festival postavljaju pitanje zašto ovi ljudi uvijek pjevaju istu pjesmu.
I remember myself when I came for the first time into a temple and saw that the devotees were mainly chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, I was asking this question, why always the same? Don't you know other songs?
Sjećam se kad sam ja osobno prvi put došao u templ, onda sam primijetio da bakte uglavnom pjevaju samo Hare Krishna mantru. Pa sam ih pitao, u čemu je poanta, zar ne znate druge pjesme?
But there's something which you must know about the Hare Krishna mantra, which makes it totally different from an ordinary song.
Ali postoji nešto što morate znati o Maha mantri i što je čini potpuno drugačijom od drugih pjesama.
It is a mantra.
To je mantra.
There is a sound vibration which delivers your mind from worries.
Što znači zvučna vibracija koja oslobađa vaš um od briga.
And also from material consciousness.
I također od materijalne svjesnosti.
I want to give you a traditional example which explains to you the effect of a mantra.
Želim dati tradicionalni primjer koji nam objašnjava efekat mantre.
Because this effect is something which takes place in an invisible way, which can only be felt by him or her who practices the chanting of a mantra.
Taj efekt se naravno ne može vidjeti, već samo osjetiti strane osobe koja prakticira pjevanje mantre.
The example has been given that our consciousness is like a lotus flower.
Dat je primjer da je naša svjesnost poput lotusovog cvijeta.
I do not think we have lotus flowers in Zagreb, but we have something similar which comes into the family of the lotus flower. It's a you call it in German die Seerose, the sea rose.
Naravno,
you know, huh?
Yeah. Naravno postoji, vjerujem da u Hrvatskoj, u Zagrebu ne rastu lotosi, međutim postoji jedna biljka koja pripada toj obitelji lotosa i koja se kod nas zove lopor, koliko se ja...
Now there
Lopoč, a ja.
Lopoč. Now there are two kinds of lopoš. One which blooms when the sun comes and the other which blooms when the moon comes.
Postoje dvije vrste lotosa. Jedan cvijeta na sunčevoj svjetlosti, a drugi kada izađe mjesec.
Now imagine the following scene.
Zamislite sljedeću scenu.
It is a mild summer night.
To je blaga ljetna noć.
The moon comes up very beautifully on the horizon.
Mjesec se uzdiže na horizontu i prekrasno izgleda.
And from the moon soft arms are extending with soft hands.
A sa mjeseca se pružaju nježne i mekane ruke.
They come to the night blooming lotus
and
open its leaves.
Oni prilaze lotosu koji cvijeta navečer i otvaraju njegove listove.
This is the picture or analogy which is given for what happens when your consciousness becomes opened by the influence of the Hare Krishna mantra.
To je analogija koja nam pokazuje što se dešava kada se naša svjesnost rascvjeta pri kontaktu sa Maha mantrom.
In this example, our consciousness is like a night blowing or blooming lotus flower.
U ovom primjeru naša svjesnost je poput lotosa koji cvjeta uvečer.
And the mantra is compared with the rays of the moon which open that lotus flower or that consciousness.
A mantra je uspoređena sa zracima mjeseca koji otvaraju našu svjesnost i lotusov cvijet.
If you can concentrate with full attention on the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra, you will similarly experience that your consciousness opens up.
Ako sa punom koncentracijom se sredite na Maha mantru, onda ćete također imati iskustvo kako se vaša svjesnost širi i otvara.
And just like a lotus flower which is opened emits a beautiful smell,
i upravo kao što lotusov cvijet kada cvijeta iz njega emanira predivan miris,
in the same way your consciousness which is opened by the chanting of the mantra will emit the beautiful smell of self-realization.
Na sličan način, vaša svjesnost, kada se otvori pomoću dodira mantre, iz nje će emanirati predivni miris samospoznaje.
Isn't that a beautiful picture?
Zar to nije prelijepa slika?
No? I think it makes clear how the mantra works in an invisible way.
Mislim da nam je sada jasno kako mantra funkcionira na nevidljiv način.
You cannot really see or understand how the hands of the moon, the rays, open up a flower. This cannot be understood in a rational way.
Ne možete stvarno shvatiti ili vidjeti kako ruke mjeseca, to jest njegovi zraci, otvaraju lotosov cvijet.
But it nevertheless happens.
To se međutim ipak dešava.
Yes. Okay, this is some explanation why we chant the Hare Krishna mantra.
To je znači jedno objašnjenje zašto pijamo Hare Krishna mantru.
We bathe our consciousness in the rays of the moon of the holy names.
Kupamo našu svjesnost u mjesečevim zracima svetog imena.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Today I want to speak about a certain subject.
Danas želim govoriti o određenoj temi.
Please. Sit. No, there's a chair, a stolica. Yeah. Today my subject is how to become free.
Moja današnja tema je kako da postanemo slobodni.
Obviously, I do not mean an external freedom.
Očito je da ne mislim na izvanjsku slobodu.
Because everyone in this hall has a certain amount of freedom, otherwise he or she would not have been able to attend the Sunday feast.
Svako u ovoj prostoriji ima određenu količinu slobode, inače on ili ona ne bi bili u stanju da posjete naš Sunday feast.
Today I want to talk about inner freedom.
Danas želim govoriti o unutrašnjoj slobodi.
And I will open my talk with a very interesting little story, which is a story of yourself.
I započet ću svoje izlaganje s jednom vrlo interesantnom pričom koja je priča o vama.
I was half explaining the story in our temple on Thursday evening when I arrived, but today I want to tell it in a complete version.
Djelimično sam objasnio tu priču u četvrtak navečer kad sam stigao na našem hramu, međutim sada je želim u potpunosti predstaviti.
Once there was a man.
Bio je jednom jedan čovjek.
He was living in a room.
I živio je u sobi, u prostoriji.
Which had no windows.
Koja nije imala prozora.
But only one door.
Imala je samo jedna vrata.
And for all of his life, he thought that he was imprisoned by this room.
I tijekom cijelog svog života je smatrao da je zarobljenik te sobe.
With great intensity, he was running against the walls, trying to break them down.
Sa velikim intenzitetom je udarao zidove pokušavajući ih srušiti.
But it did not happen.
Međutim, to se nije dogodilo.
He remained a prisoner.
Ostao je zarobljenik.
Many times a day he went to that door.
Puno puta svakodnevno bi odlazio do vrata.
Shaking it.
Tresao bi vrata.
I want to be free.
Želim biti slobodan.
But the door did not open.
Međutim, vrata se nisu otvorila.
Many times a day he took the only chair.
Puno puta svakodnevno bi uzeo jednu stolicu u prostoriji.
In that prison room.
Dakle, u toj zatvorskoj.
And he threw it against the door and the walls.
I bacao bi je na vrata i zidove.
I want to be free.
Želim biti slobodan.
But he remained a captive.
Međutim, ostao je zarobljenik.
Finally, the fag end of his days was approaching.
Konačno, završetak njegovog života se počeo primicati.
He had no strength left.
Više nije imao snage.
He was desperate.
Bio je očajan.
And he went to the door.
Prišao je vratima.
One last time.
Za zadnji put.
He prayed.
Molio se.
If there is a God who is merciful,
ako ima Boga koji je samilostan,
let me out.
Neka mi dopusti da izađem.
But only the silence of the room was answering him.
Ali samo je tišina sobe odgovorila.
All of a sudden,
odjednom
he noticed
primijetio je.
the door was opening very easily,
Vrata su se mogla otvoriti vrlo lagano,
but to the inside.
međutim prema unutra.
Resume? He had always tried to push open the door,
Uvijek je pokušavao otvoriti vrata prema vani.
but of course it opened only in one direction. That happened to be by the whims of the door builder to the inside.
Ali naravno vrata su se mogla otvoriti samo na jednu stranu i zbog hira čovjeka koji je postavio ta vrata, ta strana je bila prema unutra.
Yes. And as he opened the door, the light of the sun went into the darkness of his room.
Kad je otvorio vrata, onda je svjetlo sunca ušlo u tminu njegove sobe.
And the fresh oxygen of the fresh air pervaded everything.
I kisik svježeg zraka je prožeo sve u sobi.
He almost became drunken from the oxygen.
Postaje skoro pijan od kisika.
His tired eyes moved into the distance where he saw a river disappearing in the horizon.
Njegove umorne oči su se slutale po daljini gdje je primijetio rijeku kako nestaje na horizontu.
And just close by he saw beautiful fruit trees full with apples and pears and plums.
A u neposrednoj blizini primijetio je puno voćki koje su rađale jabuke, kruške i šljive.
But his mouth was too dry to appreciate the apples.
Ali njegova susta bila previše suha da bi mogao cijeniti jabuke.
His tongue had cuts all over and he couldn't drink the fresh water of the river.
Njegov jezik imao brazgotine po svugdje i nije mogao piti svježu vodu rijeke.
Very sad, he broke down on the brink to his freedom.
Vrlo tužan, pao je slomljen na prag svoje slobode.
And he died on the brink of life.
I umro je na pragu života.
Sorry, this is a sad story, I know.
Žao mi je, znam da je ovo tužna priča.
We honestly wish that this does not happen to you.
Iskreno želimo da vam se ovo ne dogodi.
All of us live in such a closed room.
Svi mi živimo u takvoj zatvorenoj sobi.
Or we should say better, we think it's closed.
Ili, da se bolje izrazim, mi smatramo sobu zatvorenom.
We live in imagined granicas.
Živimo u zamišljenim granicama.
Yes, znam, the Croatian language. We live in imagined limitations.
Živimo u zamišljenim ograničenjima.
But you are only as limited as you think you are.
Ali ograničeni ste onoliko koliko mislite da jeste.
The Vedic scriptures inform us that each one of us, not only in the room, but in the whole country, no, in the whole world, is an eternal spiritual soul, a part and parcel of Krishna.
Večki spisi nas obavještavaju da svaka od nas, i to ne samo u prostoriji ili zemlji, ili državi, već na cijeloj planeti, svi smo vječiti djelići i čestice gospodina Krišne.
But we are captured.
Sad smo zarobljeni.
We are not able to express our freedom.
Nismo u stanju da izrazimo svoju slobodu.
Because there is a door.
Zato što postoje vrata.
The door of our ignorance.
Vrata našeg neznanja.
And it remains for many, many people closed.
I za puno ljudi ta vrata ostaju zatvorena.
And even if at the moment, even if during a moment of short enlightenment and understanding, they understand.
Naravno u trenucima, u vrlo kratkotrajnim trenucima prosvjetljenja, ljudi mogu shvatiti.
They cannot leave their imprisoned life.
Ali ipak ne mogu napustiti svoj život zatočeništva.
They remain slaves to their habits.
Ostaju robovi navika.
Yes. To. This is a fact.
To je činjenica.
Now, today I want to explain to you a little bit how you can open that door which opens to the inside, not the outside.
Danas vam želim objasniti kako da otvorite ta vrata koja se otvaraju prema iznutra, a ne prema van.
I sincerely hope that from my explanations you can get inspirations and maybe knowledge for your own spiritual development, or let me say inner growth.
I iskreno se nadam da ćete iz mojih objašnjenja steći inspiraciju ili čak znanje o svom vlastitom unutrašnjem duhovnom napretku.
Now, if you want to start your spiritual journey, you have a wonderful chariot at your disposal.
Ako želite započeti duhovno putovanje, na raspolaganju vam se nalazi jedna zadivljujuća kočija.
This chariot is your body.
To je kočija vaše tijelo.
Yes, the body is like a chariot.
Da, tijelo je poput kočije.
Like they have in Vienna, this kutsche, there they have these white horses before them, they're usually black.
Kao u Beču što ima crne kočije koje vuku bijeli konji.
Yes. Your senses are compared with 5 horses who drag or pull this chariot.
5 čula su uspoređena sa konjima koje vuku tu kočiju.
Yeah. For instance, the eyes see something, the ears hear something, the nose smells something, and immediately you are drawn to that something.
Na primjer, oči vide nešto, uši čuju nešto, čulo mirisa pomiriše nešto i na taj način smo privučeni tim objektima.
In this way, the senses are horses which pull you to the sense objects.
I tako su čula konji koji nas vuku prema čulnim objektima.
There are 5 horses or 5 senses.
Uglavnom postoje 5 konja ili 5 čula.
The eyes,
oči,
the nose, the ears,
uši,
the tongue,
jezik,
and the sense of touch.
I čulo dodira.
Now, it is analyzed in philosophy that these 5 senses are all active during the act of sexuality.
Filozofske analize ukazuju da svih ovih 5 čula su aktivna za vrijeme seksualnog čina.
Therefore, most of the people of this world who are on the material level are almost magically drawn towards this activity.
Zato većina ljudi u ovom svijetu koji su na materijalnoj razini su jednostavno magičnom silom privučeni tom aktivnošću.
And they are almost ready to do everything.
I skoro su u stanju sve učiniti.
In order to have that type of sense gratification.
Da bi imali tu vrstu čulnog uživanja.
Let us stay, however, a little while longer with our chariot.
Ostanemo međutim još neko vrijeme sa našom kočijom.
The intelligence is compared to be the chariot driver.
Inteligencija se uspoređuje sa vozačem kočije.
And the mind is like the reins.
A je poput uzdi.
And who's the passenger?
A ko je putnik?
That's you.
To ste vi.
The soul.
Ili duša.
It's very interesting in our Occidental philosophy. We come to the conclusion you are a human being who has a soul. I'm a human being who has a soul.
Interesantno je da u našoj zapadnjačkoj filozofiji nalazimo razumijevanje da smo mi ljudsko biće koje posjeduje dušu.
But spiritual philosophy means you are a soul who has a human being.
Ali duhovna filozofija glasi vi ste duhovna duša u ljudskom tijelu.
For instance, you are a soul who has an honor.
Na primjer, vi ste duša koja ima honor, počast.
Yes. Yeah. That's an email, yes. Or you are a soul who has Miroslav.
Ili vi ste duša koja ima ime Miroslav.
Yes. No, not ime. You have a Miroslav.
Aha.
You have a body.
Aha. Dakle, vi ste duša koja ima Miroslava. Ili tijelo.
Yes. I'm not sure if you understood.
Nisam siguran da li ste razumjeli.
Vira Chandre! Prabhudice! Hare Krishna. We, shall I say, we have a very good relationship. No problem. So, this is a chariot of the human existence.
To je dakle kočija ljudskog postojanja.
We are riding on the chariot of our body.
Vozimo se na kočiji našeg tijela.
Now, if the senses are not under the control,
Ako čula nisu pod kontrolom,
in other words, if they just go whimsically to anything and everything, then it can cause a great problem.
Drugim riječima, ako hirovito prilaze bilo čemu, onda mogu stvoriti veliki problem.
Just like a chariot with wild horses is becoming very dangerous to ride on it.
Upravo kao što kočija koju vuku podivljali konji postoje vrlo nesigurno mjesto.
Human life becomes so dangerous when people cannot control their senses.
Ljudski život postaje vrlo opasan kada ljudi nisu u stanju kontrolirati čula.
Look at modern life.
Pogledaj samo na suvremeni život.
The environment is polluted.
Okoliš je zagađen.
Why? Because the people are totally under the influence of greed.
Zašto? Zato što su ljudi potpuno pod utjecajem pohlepe.
Look at the human relationships.
Pogledajte međuljudske odnose.
Many times people are so afraid.
Puno puta ljudi su tako uplašeni.
When you asked in Germany a person after 8 o'clock for the way, you stop on the car, on the road, and you just put your window down and ask, oprostite, can you please tell me how I can get to Mittelweg? Then they are highly afraid.
Ako, na primjer, u Njemačkoj nakon 8 sati zaustavite auto i pitate čovjeka da vam pokaže put za određeno mjesto, on će se uplašiti.
Very afraid.
Postaće vrlo uplašen.
Because modern society has become so, in a way, so materialistic and almost tense with aggression.
Suvremeno društvo je postalo izuzetno materialističko i napeto zbog sve agresije.
That people just have very difficult human relationships.
Međuljudski odnosi su jako uznemireni.
Even the same family sometimes there's great quarrel and disunity.
Čak i u jednoj obitelji često postoje velike svađe i nejednakost.
Yeah, that happens when the senses or the horses are uncontrolled.
To se dešava kad su čula ili konji nekontrolirani.
When man and woman live together for mutual exploitation.
Čovjek i žena žive skupa samo zbog uzajamne eksploatacije.
Yes, I'm very sorry to speak so strong.
Vrlo mi je žao što moram tako snažno govoriti.
But look around yourself. The people are riding on chariots with wild horses.
Ali pogledajte samo oko sebe. Ljudi se voze na kočijama koje vuku podivljali konji.
The senses have become uncontrolled.
Čula su izmakla kontrola.
More pive, više. More alcohol, više. More movies, više.
Više piva, više alkohola, više filmova.
Više seks.
Više seks.
Više novac.
Više novca.
Wild horses.
Divlji konji.
Pull you down.
Vas zvuku prema dolje.
So, in spiritual life, we have to understand that we are spiritual souls.
U duhovnom životu moramo shvatiti da smo duhovne duše.
On our way back home, back to Godhead.
Na svom putu kući natrag Bogu.
We should fix our goal.
Trebamo utvrditi svoj cilj.
Self-realization.
Samospoznaja.
And then utilize the human form of life to go on this path to completion.
I onda iskoristiti ovaj ljudski oblik života da bismo došli do kraja tog puta.
Now, as you go on your journey to self-realization, all of a sudden there will be a granica.
Naravno, kako napredujete na svom putu ka samospoznaji, odjednom ćete naići na granicu.
This border is very difficult to cross, even for yogis.
I tu granicu je vrlo teško za prevazići, to važi čak i za jogije.
This border is very good guarded.
Ta granica je vrlo dobro čuvana.
And it has barbed wire.
I ima bodljikavu žicu.
And mines.
A i mine su tu.
When you step, it's a very difficult border.
Vrlo komplicirana granica.
What is the name of this border?
Koje je ime te granice?
Huh?
False ego.
False ego. Very good.
To je lažni ja. Vrlo dobro.
Oh, no, it's not velo dobro, but yes, the answer is good, yeah.
Odgovor je bio dobro.
This is the strongest barrier.
To je najjača barijera.
It's the false identification of the eternal soul with something material.
To je pogrešna identifikacija vječite duše s nečim materijalnim.
In most cases, the body.
U većini slučajeva radi se o tijelu.
I am muškarski.
Ja sam muškarac.
Muškarac. I am a woman.
Ja sam žena.
I am so intelligent.
Ja sam tako inteligentan.
I'm not so bad.
Nisam ni tako loš.
If I look in the mirror,
Ako se pogledam u ogledalo
and I study the picture very sincerely,
i ako se iskrenošću promatram sliku,
I must say here's a person with great intelligence before me.
moram reći da se ispred mene nalazi osoba sa izuzetnom inteligencijom.
And very beautiful.
I veoma je lijepa.
Highly attractive.
Izuzetno privlačna.
In many ways.
Na puno načina.
Not only physical.
Ne samo fizički.
And quite sympathetic.
I prilično simpatična.
Bravo. It's called the false ego.
To se zove lažni ja.
It's the identification of the eternal soul with something one is not.
To je identifikacija duhovne duše sa nečim što nije.
To become this false ego is very difficult to cross.
I vrlo je teško prevazići ovaj lažni ja.
And it can really only be understood. Let me say, it can only be overcome, I wanted to say, if you understand your real identity.
I taj lažni ja se može nadići jedno ukoliko shvatimo svoj pravi identitet.
See, some people are so frustrated with living in the world of false egos.
Neki ljudi su toliko frustrirani sa životom u kraljevstvu lažnih ja.
That they think the ultimate liberation from material life means that there are no individuality.
Da oni smatraju da je konačno oslobođenje od materijalnog života stanje gdje individualnost ne egzistira.
They think or they hope that after experiencing the problems with persons in this world, in the spiritual world there is no personality.
Misle ili nadaju se da nakon što su kušali problema sa odnosima s osobama u ovom materijalnom svijetu, u duhovnom svijetu osobnost ne postoji.
And they want to merge as their ultimate spiritual goal with the bright nothingness.
I kao svoj konačni duhovni cilj uzimaju stapanje sa svjetlim ništavilom.
But this is the philosophy of a frustrated person.
Ali to je filozofija frustriranih ljudi.
Imagine you are so frustrated with your life.
Zamislite, toliko ste frustrirani sa svojim životom
that one day you go to your father and say, can I merge back into you?
Da mu jednog dana priđete ocu i kažete, da li se mogu ponovo stopiti s tobom?
I want to annihilate my existence and go back into you.
Želim da uništim svoje postojanje i vratim se k tebi.
I don't know how your father would react.
Ne znam kako je vaš otac reagirao.
In the same way, God is not very pleased if the persons, due to experiencing so much frustrations, want to just annihilate their existence and merge back into Him.
Na sličan način, Bog nije jako zadovoljan kada ljudi koji se susretnu sa tako puno frustracija žele jednostavno uništiti svoj život i stopiti se natrag s njim.
False ego is certainly frustrating.
Lažnja je definitivno frustrirajuća stvar.
And when you are in a group of people who are totally into false ego, it is very frustrating.
I kada ste u grupi ljudi koji su potpuno na lažnom ja, onda je to izuzetno frustrirajuće.
But wherever there's something false, there must be something real.
Ali gdje god postoji nešto što je lažno, svakako postoji i istinito.
If, for instance, you have false money in your pocket.
Ako, na primjer, imate lažni novac u džepu,
false kunas. Yes.
Ako imate lažne kune.
The fact that there are false kunas, kune, means there must be some original edition of kunas which are first, and then the falsification of them is a second.
Činjenica da su kune lažne ukazuje na to da postoji original koji je istinski i čiji je duplikat u stvari ova lažna kuna.
So, yes, we suffer because of the border of false ego.
Pa mi ispaštamo zbog granice lažnog ja.
But be encouraged.
Ali budite ohrabreni.
There is real spiritual identity.
Postoji istinski duhovni identitet.
There is, in this identity, you have eternal spiritual bodies.
I u ovom identitetu imate vječita duhovna tijela.
They are not made of bones and blood, but of bliss and knowledge.
Oni nisu sačinjena od kostiju i krvi, već od blaženstva i znanja.
What a difference.
Koja je razlika?
A very pleasant difference.
Vrlo zadovoljavajuća razlika.
So, yes, when we have successfully realized our eternal identity as parts of God,
kada smo uspješno shvatili svoj identitet kao dijelovi Boga,
we can easily cross the border of false ego.
možemo s lakoćom preći preko granice lažnog ja.
But this means we must learn in this life to become humble.
To znači da u ovom životu moramo naučiti da postanemo ponizni.
When I was first visiting a Hare Krishna temple and heard that it's good in spiritual life to become humble, I felt a great repulsion. I was not at all attracted.
Kada sam prvi put posjetio Hare Krishna temple i kad sam čuo da je dobro za duhovni život da postanem ponizan, osjetio sam veliku odbojnost i uopće nisam bio priučen.
I thought humility is something like a weakness.
Mislio sam da je poniznost nešto poput slabosti.
You have to be strong and show your value.
Morate biti snažni i pokazati vrijednosti koje posjedujete.
You have to use your elbows.
Morate koristiti lakte,
All your swords.
sve mačeve koje imate.
Yes. You have to ride on a tiger.
Morate jahati na tigru.
And show your... you know. It's very difficult to translate.
To je vrlo teško za prevesti.
And I thought humility, what is that?
Mislio sam poniznost, šta je to?
But in the Chinese, the Asiatic cultures, humility is very much praised as a good characteristic.
Ali u azijskim tradicijama poniznost se cijeni kao vrlo dobra odlika.
In China, the word for humility is the ability to see reality.
Na kineskom jeziku riječ za poniznost je sposobnost da se sagleda realnost.
If you are humble, you have the correct vision, in other words.
Drugim riječima, ukoliko ste ponizni, imate pravilnu viziju.
Then what does humility mean? How is it defined?
Što onda poniznost znači? Kako se ona definira?
A person who is humble will always understand, I'm really an eternal soul.
Osoba koja je ponizna će uvijek razumijevati, ja sam odista duhovna duša, vječita.
Whatever is done in this world is done by my body and my intelligence.
Što god da činim u ovom svijetu, to se odigrava kroz moje tijelo i inteligenciju.
But that has not much to do.
Ali to nema puno veze sa mnom.
I know one glumac.
Poznajem jednog glumca.
In Germany.
U Njemačkoj.
She tells me that she had one day on the stage a wonderful realization. Ispričala
mi je da je jednog dana imala vrlo lijepu realizaciju na bini.
I think our Mataji Stenka can maybe also has maybe also a similar realization.
Mislim da naša Mataji Zdenka možda ima sličnu realizaciju.
So she was acting for I think for the 200th time she was playing her role.
Po 200. put je znači igrala svoju ulogu.
And all of a sudden she noticed it's just my body and my mouth which is working.
I odjednom je shvatila, to su samo moje tijelo i usta koje funkcioniraju, djeluju.
But I'm totally somewhere else.
A ja sam na sasvim drugom mjestu.
I think about the meal.
Mislim o obroku.
How to prepare the carrots today.
Kako da pripremim mrkvu danas.
Just the mouth is going.
A usta nastavljaju raditi.
And the body is reacting.
I tijelo reagira.
We are all like this glumads.
Mi smo svi poput te glumice.
In material life we are just acting
Samo glumimo u materijalnom svijetu.
under the influence
Pod utjecajima
of illusion.
iluzije.
To. The body is active in relationship to the material world.
Tijelo je aktivno u odnosu na materijalni svijet.
But the soul is not doing anything.
Ali duša ne čini ništa.
It is inactive.
Ona je neaktivna.
It is asanga.
Ona je asanga.
Just like the molecules move,
Upravo kao što se molekuli kreću,
just like the planets move,
kao što se planete kreću,
just like everything moves, the water of the river,
kao što se sve kreće, voda rijeke.
Also your body moves
Vaše tijelo se također kreće.
under the influence of this illusory energy.
Pod utjecajem ove iluzorne energije.
When you prabudite, when you wake up, you understand, oh, here am I.
I onda se vi probudite i shvatite, ovdje sam ja.
I have not even started to act.
Nisam čak ni počeo da djelujem.
I was only being forced to act under the influence of illusion.
Samo sam prinuđen utjecajem iluzije djelovao.
This is when you wake up from false ego.
To se zbiva kad se probudite iz lažnog ja.
Realize your identity.
I shvatite svoj identitet.
It's very nice.
To je vrlo lijepo.
You become an observer.
Postanete promatrač
of the world around you.
Svijeta oko sebe.
You will be able to see many things which, as a person who is so much involved due to his false identification, can never ever hope to see.
Vidjet ćete mnogo stvari koje je osoba koja je angažirana u ovaj svijet lažnog ja nikad neće biti u stanju vidjeti.
At the end I want to tell you a little story of someone who completed this journey.
Za kraj vam želim ispričati jednu malu priču o osobi koja je došla do kraja tog putovanja.
Who opened the door to the inside.
Koji je otvorio vrata prema unutra.
And became free.
I postao slobodan.
I don't know, I somehow feel, Vaishnavi, we need the open window. Or it's a little hot, isn't it? Yes. Very hot. Yes. So we can just, like we are speaking of opening the door to the inside. Now we will open the windows to the inside already.
Govorimo o otvaranju vrata prema unutra, a sada ćemo za početak otvoriti prozor prema unutra.
Maybe we can just have a flood of fresh air, because then we can do the last stretch of the lecture and survive it.
Možda možemo samo pustiti veliku količinu
This cannot be opened,
svježeg zraka.
Windows? Please try.
Možemo otvoriti sve prozore i onda ćemo preživjeti do kraja.
Otherwise, Lerka will come.
Inače morat će doći Ljerka.
So this morning in the temple, Bhagdin Lerka opened the door so wide that we all were freezing to death.
Ujutro je Ljerka u templu toliko široko otvarala vrata da smo se smrzavali do smrti.
But she meant well with us.
Ali željela nam je dobro.
We were all wide awake.
Svi smo bili vrlo budni.
I want to tell you a story and I hope you will be able to follow this example.
Želim ispričati priču i nadam se da ćete biti u stanju da slijedite ovaj primjer.
It's about the richest man of India in the 17th century. His name was Lala Babu.
Govori o najbogatijem čovjeku u Indiji u 17. stoljeću. Njegovo ime je bilo Lala Babu.
Lala Babu was so rich.
Lala Babu je bio tako bogat.
He owned almost all of Calcutta.
Posjedovao je skoro cijelu Kalkutu.
Calcutta, yes. And just much gold.
Imao je jako puno zlata.
And a lot of land.
I puno zemlje.
He had his own army. He was so rich.
Bio je toliko bogat da imao svoju vlastitu vojsku.
Now, one day it happened that a plate was given to him.
Jednog dana se dogodilo da su mu dali tanjur
by his cook.
To mu je spremio njegov kuhar.
And he wanted to eat the soup.
I on je želio pojesti tu juhu.
It was a hair.
I našao je jednu dlaku.
He became so angry with the cook that he called him.
Toliko se naljutio na kuhara da ga je pozvao.
He kicked him bang, with his foot in the stomacho.
I udario ga nogom u stomak.
And I think he must have hit the sensitive solar plexus. At least the cook started to vomit, fall down on the floor, and died.
Mora da je pogodio osjetljivi plexus solaris, tako da je kuhar počeo povraćati, pao je na pod i umro.
This was a very shocking experience.
To je bilo vrlo šokantno iskustvo.
He actually didn't mean to be so violent.
Nije mislio biti toliko nasilan.
In the evening, he wanted to forget a little bit about the incident and therefore asked his servant to prepare the palanquin and carry him out into towards the Ganga river.
Navečer je htio zaboraviti nešto o tom nemilom događaju, tako da je naredio slugi da pripreme nosiljku i da ga odvede do rijeke Gange.
The musicians were coming and like they always did, and they made a concert. Lala Babu was carried by several servants in a palanquin down to the river.
Muzičari su došli, napravili koncert za njega, dok su ga sluge nosili na nosiljci prema rijeci.
The soft air was coming.
Nježni povetarac je puhao.
He was sitting in the palanquin and he smoked what is called a hookah.
Sjedio je na nosiljci i pušio je lula.
It is a slightly intoxicating thing.
To je neka tvar koja ima malu moć intoksikacije.
Now, when he was coming to the Ganga, he all of a sudden heard a little girl calling to her sleeping father. He slept on the bank of the Ganga. Let's go home, it's late.
Kada je prišao rijeci Gangi, čujem djevojčicu kako poziva svoga oca koji je spavao na obali Gangi. Krenimo, već je kasno.
It was in the evening.
To je bilo znači večer.
When Lala Babu heard this, let's go home, it's late. He understood it in a different way.
Kad je Lala Babu čuo to, krenimo kući, već je kasno, to je shvatio je na drugačiji način.
He jumped out of the palanquin.
Skočio s nosiljke.
He sent all his servants and the musicians home.
Poslao je sve sluge i muzičari kući.
And with deep emotions, he went to his palace.
I sa dubokim emocijama u sebi krenuo je prema palači.
And he wrote a letter.
Napisao je pismo.
To his family.
Svoj obitelji.
Let's go home, it's late.
Idemo kući, kasno je.
And the next morning when his wife woke up and there was no Lala Babu next to her, she went into his working room and found this letter.
Sljedećeg dana, kad se njegova žena probudila i shvatila da Lala Babu se ne nalazi kraj nje, otišla je do njegove kancelarije i tamo je našla pismo.
What had happened?
Što se dogodilo?
Lala Babu had left everything behind.
Lala Babu je napustio sve, ostavio je sve iza sebe.
He dressed in the simple clothes of a beggar.
Obukao je jednostavno odjeću prosjaka
and went to Vrindavan.
I otišao u Vrindavan.
Where he became a renunciant.
Gdje je postao osoba u odvojenom redu.
Where he prepared himself for his spiritual journey.
I pripremao se za svoje duhovno putovanje.
Only years later he sent a message that some of his money was brought to Vrindavan to build a temple.
Puno godina kasnije poslao je pismo kući i zatražio novac koji iskoristio da izgradi hram u Vrindavanu.
And he lived like a monk there.
Živio je poput svećenika.
This is how he gave up his false ego.
Na taj način je on odbacio svoj lažni ja.
Now one day he was coming from Govardhan.
Jednog dana je dolazio sa Govardhana.
And he came to a specific street crossing, which we all know, which those who have been in Vrindavan know. It's still there, the street crossing.
I došao do jednog određenog raskrižja koje još uvijek postoji i ljudi koji su bili u Vrindavanu ga poznaju.
On this street crossing there are chariots and horses.
Na tom raskrižju se nalaze kočije i konji.
Indian style.
Sve u indijskom stilu.
Yeah. So there was a mad horse.
To je bio jedan podivljali konj.
And it ran towards him.
Koji je trčao prema njemu.
And kicked him, bang, with the hoof into the solar plexus, and he fell down. And while softly chanting Hare Krishna, he went home.
Taj podivljali konj ga je sa kopinom udario trbuh i Lala Babu je pao na pod i tiho mantrujući Hare Krishna vratio se Bogu.
That's my story.
To je moja priča.
Let us give up our false egos.
Odbacimo naš lažni ja.
We are very tiny.
Vrlo smo maleni.
What we have formed around ourselves is just air like a balloon.
Ono što smo izgradili oko sebe je samo zrak kao u balonu.
At the time of death, pang, it will all go to naught.
U trenutku smrti sve će nestati.
Do you know this?
Da li znate to?
So let us give it up before
Stoga odbacimo to prije
and go on the spiritual path.
i krenimo duhovnim putem.
Now, it doesn't mean if you are a rich man,
To ne znači da ukoliko ste bogati čovjek,
you should just throw your kunas into the river which goes through Zagreb.
to ne znači da trebate sada svoje kune baciti u rijeku koja prolazi kroz Zagreb.
If you are a singer, it doesn't mean you should never sing again.
Ako ste pjevač, to ne znači da više nikad ne trebate pjevati.
If you are a good cook, it doesn't mean you should never cook again.
Ako ste dobar kuhar, ne znači da više nikad ne smijete kuhati.
But don't do these things for you.
Ali ne radite stvari za sebe.
Do them for Krishna.
Učinite ih za Krishnu.
This is how you will cross the border.
Na taj način ćete preći granicu.
Sing for Krishna.
Pjevajte za Krishnu.
Cook for Krishna.
Kuhajte za Krishnu.
Be a glumac for Krishna.
Budite glumac za Krishnu.
Be a wife for Krishna.
Budite supruga za
And a
Krishnu.
mother for Krishna.
Majka za Krishnu.
And a child for Krishna.
I dijete za Krishnu.
And in this way, you can even in this life understand yourself as part of the supreme reality.
I na taj način, čak i u ovom životu možete shvatiti sebe kao dio vrhovne realnosti.
Not as a part of the material world.
Ne kao dio materijalnog svijeta.
Hvala lepa. Hare Krishna, thank you, Hari Bol. Please don't go, we will have a feast for you.
Molim vas, nemojte otići, imat ćemo gozbu za vas.
Alright, so I feel it is a little late by now. Let us finish here and serve out our feast.
Osjećam da je već kasno, tako da ovdje možemo stati i poslužiti feast ljudima.
This is the best of the two worlds.
To je najbolje od dva svijeta.
Or someone has to make an announcement what we do now?
Neko može oglasiti što je sada program?
Oh yeah. Uno momento.
Dragi gosti, veseli nas da ste došli u tolikom broju. Sad ćemo častiti prasadam, ali lijepo vas molimo, s obzirom da je takva gužva, budite strpljivi i milostivi, ostanite na svojim mjestima i napravite nam prolaz sa jedne i sa druge strane da bismo mogli što brže i što bolje podijeliti prasadam. Budite tako ljubazni.
Kako si?
Dakle, večeras ima stvarno lijepih iznenađenja. Imamo još jednu milost koja nam slijedi. U utorak dolazi Bhaktivaj Baba swami. U utorak na večer održat će lekciju u hramu, u srijedu ujutro i na večer u srijedu. Dakle, slobodno požurite na Bizek 5 na lekciju Bhaktivaj Baba swamija.
Kako si?
Kako si, reci Svakiću, kako si? Reci mi, jel ga voliš? Jel ga voliš? Ha? Da?
Martin, what?